Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Elvis and you're watching Joan of Art House. Today I'll be talking about the last week of March and all the movies I saw in it. I realize that I am very closely approaching the 100th movie of the year. So I think I'd like to do something a little special for that one movie. But yeah, let's get to it. I know I'm very late. On the last week of March, I saw Frank. This movie is. I have known and heard about this movie when I was in high school, if not college, and didn't really watch it. And maybe that was just like the little rebel in me that thought, nah, I'm not gonna watch something mainstream. Turns out it wasn't, and I was a big old dummy because this movie is awesome. Um, Especially coming from a creative standpoint. I am a drawer, a painter, a writer, and I guess now a director. I constantly struggle with perfectionism. If I could, I would will the stars to align just so that I can do something. But I can't, therefore I shan't. You see what I mean? And I was starting to relate with not Frank, but the other character about having this not essentially imposter syndrome, but some kind of stage fright. There's no motivation, almost like a writer's block, and it hit pretty close, um, especially that writer's block. That was very interesting. Cut through all that. This movie, this movie was awesome. This movie was cool. This was like I wouldn't necessarily say quirky, but a bit odd in just the right sense, and it's awesome. If you can, please watch this, especially if you are a creative person like myself or whoever's watching. Um, this is awesome. Please watch it. The next movie I saw was Happy Feet 2. With my review on the first one and claiming that Happy Feet no longer became Happy Feet and turned into Sadder Feet, I think everybody had that same opinion, maybe because this one is definitely a lot more lighthearted. There isn't a lot of sad feet. There's something that was going on in this movie where they were using a music that was made within 5 years of this movie, just like kind of like that Justin Timberlake song, and I don't know if it ages it in some kind of way. It's not like that song didn't age well, but that song only reminds me of that time in the past. Maybe using those songs may have kind of solidified it in that time frame. There are some songs that really just don't sound good. And I don't know if it's because of that Homer Simpson puffin penguin bird that sang those songs so just kind of horribly, that it just kind of left like this annoying taste in my mouth whenever he was on screen. And I think on top of that, the human species critique on this movie is little to non-existent in this movie. I don't know if I like that. I think I like being critiqued, especially the human race. It really makes me more self-aware of my actions. And this one was just for entertainment purposes, just so I can shut up and look at penguins dance. It was alright. The next movie I saw was Odd Thomas. Evan, this one's for you. Thank you for the movie recommendations. I had already seen this movie, and I already love this movie, and already love Anton Yelchin. He deserves the best, and rest in peace. This movie, it definitely feels like one of those like middle school, young adult mystery novels that you kind of pick up the one that says like something something something, and how the world became a total fart. You know, something along those lines. This movie is definitely in that kind of realm, like a young adult novel realm. It is incredibly easy to digest. It's not some kind of masterpiece that you need to analyze or study, and that is exactly what any kind of middle school young adult novel is. It's not there as a masterpiece, it is there as an entertainment, a very well done world. I feel I feel right at home and right at ease in this movie, and seeing Anton being so young and so I don't know, so full of potential. And this movie is a little bittersweet because of that. After his passing just a few years ago, I watched a bunch of his movies. I think around that same time, and yeah, this one's definitely one of his funner ones. Rest in peace to that guy. Please watch this movie. Actually, I saw this on Tubi. Dude, I'm watching so many movies on Tubi. Please, yeah, if you can, please watch this movie. This is a very good one. The next movie I saw was Paddington in Peru. I love the first and second Paddington. It truly is chicken noodle soup for the soul. It is so easy to really just let yourself go and really submerge yourself into the world of Paddington, and it's very charming. It is straight up very nice to look at. Like, and it's funny. That's kind of it, you know. Sally Hawkins being the mother in the first and second movie, but not in the third movie. Sally Hawkins herself brings a very motherly charm and warmth that the movies definitely need. And I'm not saying the third one, Peru, doesn't, but her absence, in my opinion, her absence is very well noticed. And the kids did not talk at all in this movie. They barely said any lines. And I think the Antonio Banderas character had more lines than the kids combined, honestly. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if they weren't gonna talk, why have them in the movie? You know? Yeah, the nun was super cool in this movie. She was I liked her little quirkiness in the movie, the little stares that she does, her little suspicious actions. I liked it all. She's awesome. She's very cool. I think all trilogies, there's one that isn't as good as the other two, and I think this may be that one. If you watch it, that's fine. That's great. I know you had a good time like I did. This is a very fun movie to watch. But if I was in a lineup and I had to choose between any of these ones, it's clearly the second one. The second one is the best one, and it's very hard to top it either way. So it's pretty alright. The next movie I saw was Bong Joon-ho's Mother. I think after my last video and after I was trying to explain Mickey 17, I guess my Bong Joon-ho discovery needed polishing up. I needed to know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. I've been watching a lot of Bong Joon-ho, so here we are. Mother is so dang good. Dude, you have to watch this. If you are a fan of Seven, I Saw the Devil, Prisoners, if you're a fan of any of those kind of grimy, real kind of disgusting murder crime thrillers, this is right up your alley. I thought I had recognized the main character, or not the main character, but the mother's son, who nearly this entire movie revolves around. And yes, I did. I have seen this guy from A Man from Nowhere. You should also watch that movie. That movie is very good. Yes, the mystery, the clues, the investigation. This is a very fun movie to watch. If you watch true crime podcasts or mysteries or anything like that, this is right up your alley. This is awesome. Please watch this movie. I think I just said this is awesome like fucking 200 times. Let's go back and do this again. Dude, how do you talk about this movie without going into it that deep? The mother is investigating and defense on her son, who is a suspect of a murder. And this son is tan malito, you know? If you know, you know. And he isn't like the brightest kid. He's honestly kind of straight up dumb. He loses his memory like every so seconds. He just cannot concentrate. And he's very gullible and he's very easy to manipulate. So it's like everything is pointing towards him, but like it was given to him. So like it's like he's being framed. He's being framed for murder, and his mom will not accept that. The mother, she delivers such an amazing performance. Please watch this. I don't want to talk so much because talking more further of this would only spoil it. So if you can, please watch that movie. This movie is awesome. The next movie I saw was Detachment. Straight up, I think I'm just gonna cut to it. I do not like this movie. This movie is, oh my god, this movie is like edgy, and it's like being so forcefully edgy. And I understand that there are people who do live very tough, struggling lives with abuse and addictions. I don't think I've ever been in a school where anything to this degree was happening. And that may be because I lived in my own experience and I don't experience what you experience. But I don't think I've ever met anybody who has told me a story similar to this. God, I felt like this movie was trying to guilt trip me into being sad for kids and teachers and principals and just everybody around me. And I thought like there is no way that like hundreds of people live in such a shitty, miserable life than in this movie. You know what? And that might be because of my own arrogance. But that's my own arrogance, right? I love Adrian Brody, and he's in a lot of great movies. Some great movies that are straight up depressing, like the Pianist. This movie was definitely shown when you were like in high school as some kind of like edgy rated R version of like Freedom Writers, and it just doesn't really land well for me. If you love this movie, you love this movie. If not, I get that you may like this movie, but I do not. The next movie I saw was Watching the Detectives. This movie is very fun. It is very fun. I think everybody knows Cillian Murphy as very serious, introverted, if not just kind of downright, kind of not of a people person. And seeing him in this movie, incredibly extroverted and talkative and very like friendly and welcoming, was like kind of bizarre in a way. I was like, wow, dude, this guy looks cool. Like, I want to talk to him. But Lucy Liu's character, she plays pranks, and it is very fun the amount of trouble and fun that they get into with these pranks, and it's very fun. It's very fun to watch. Cillian Murphy's character, I really resonate with him because I'm fucking doing this 365 movies a day. What the hell's wrong with me? I have all this fucking archive knowledge of all these movies that I've watched for the past like nearly 30 years, and what the fuck do I do with that knowledge? You know, this is a very fun movie. It's not necessarily weird, but I mean, all the kind of weird pranks that they get into, it's a little like kind of a head scratcher where you think, huh, that's, what the fuck? Like that's weird. That's wild. Yeah, if you can, please watch this movie. I also found this on Tubi, I believe. So if you're watching this, please go check if it's on there, and watch it. It's awesome. The last movie I saw was Due Date. I've been meaning to watch this forever, but it wasn't really in my top priority until Justino, shout out Justino, logged into his Apple TV and like sat me down and was like, dude, you have to watch this movie. And I watched it. This movie is very fun, but at the same time, very angering in a way. Robert Downey Jr. is in this, and Zach Galifianakis. Um, Zach is such an imbecile. I swear to God, I hate him so much, but I love him at the same time. You know, he's a very funny character, but at the same time, incredibly disgusting. And this movie, this movie fits you right into Robert Downey Jr.'s character. I'll just call him RDJ. This movie fits you into RDJ's shoes, and you feel the frustration that he has over Zach, and it is impossible to sympathize with RDJ and have the same anger and distaste for Zach, but at the same time, as the outside viewer, this movie is fucking hilarious. Oh my god, I think the funniest thing that caught me off guard, that scene was seen, that scene was seen, that fun. Oh my god, I had to calm down or something. I think the funniest part in this movie was when they depart. If you have seen this movie, I'm gonna mention a scene where RDJ is telling Zach straight up on why he hates him and why he hates his existence, his presence, his being, his energy, and then ends that whole that rant with him spitting on the dog. And I'm like, what the fuck did the dog do? What the like, why'd you do that to that poor dog? That poor dog. It's a very funny scene. Caught me off guard. If you didn't want any spoilers, well, damn, spoiler alert. The movie's been out for almost 10 years, 15 maybe. Yeah, this movie is very fun. It's very angering, and please watch it. It was very fun. That was the last week of March and all of the movies that I've seen in March. I think I'll do a little something special for that 100th movie. So far, it's been pretty good so far. I do have a lot of energy, and think I'm trying to stay motivated by reaching that 100th movie mark. You know what? Actually, I think I might just watch one movie, and I'll do an entire episode on just that one movie. Why it means so much to me, and why you should watch it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me, whether it be a movie recommendation, a camera logistics, lighting critique. I really appreciate everything that you guys are saying, doing. I'm really feeling optimistic about this, and I think I might evolve it into something else in the future. Well, once again, let me know how I can improve, and take care. I'll see you guys on the next week, and bye. I think it's so forcefully down my throat of this is sad, like, be sad, be fucking sad.